Do you think they should not even show the losses then?
Yeah, actually, to be honest, sometimes I feel that way. But I guess the losses are there for the distinction when you have ties. All right, let's look at this, by the way. Hurricane is 1-4, and he's never won a game against Zerg. That game we were talking about before where he died, and then the Zerg had the island bases with, like, Spire up. It was just, he was just not going to win it, but he didn't leave the game for a while until he decided, like, oh, wait, actually, I'm dead. He kept us hanging there for a little while. That's the game you think of about this guy so far in Pro League.
Yeah. Looks a bit young, not the oldest player we've had here. And over here is ByuL, a guy who came out extremely strong in round 1. Took a little bit of a slump, but now he's like kind of going up again. He's making a name for himself once again.
Going up. You know, he's actually one of my. He used to be one of my favorite players to watch. He's very, very impressive. He never really won anything huge, but every time I watched him play and he played well, I was very inspired by his play. So, I'm really looking forward to seeing him play today. And I know he's a very emotional player, especially when he loses. He's been known to kind of just head in hands, kind of break down a bit. And that can't be a fault, but I mean, if he's feeling good, feeling happy, he's going to play a great game to begin with anyway. And luckily, it's only a best of 1.
No, this best of 1 is taking place on Habitation Station. Anything could happen here. The winner of this match will take the lead for their team here at the 2014 SPL.
LTA는 SK텔레콤.
Up here in the top right, in the pink for Samsung Galaxy Con, the Protoss player. Hurricane.
Formerly known as Tier. His older days on FXO. And to the top left in purple. Is that blue? No, it's blue. It is ByuL. God, we're so bad at colors, man.
Wolf, Facebook is blue. It's not purple.
Oh, what are your thoughts on this, Moonglade? You could be the one to decide everything.
It's blue, man.
Oh, okay.
Straight up. Sorry.
I thought you might be on my side on this one.
I mean, it'd be nice if it was purple. I'm sure you can find a theme to make it purple.
I haven't met one other person who thought it was purple, actually.
No, actually, somebody once told me that for a time he thought it was purple before he realized it was blue.
By the way, who do you think is going to win this game?
Oh, yeah, we didn't talk about that.
I'm going to say ByuL.
Me and you both went for ByuL.
Yeah, ByuL.
ByuL all around. All right.
Didn't really feel like it was much of a question.
ByuL.
ByuL.
Oh wait, we've been asking you a lot about Australia.
You have.
Because along with League of Legends and Mario Kart 64, this seems to be your area of expertise.
I do know a lot about all 3 of those things.
So now in Australia, does anyone ever go to the middle?
Yep, absolutely.
What happens in there? What's going on over there?
There's a landmark called Ayers Rock.
Oh yeah, I know Ayers Rock.
And that's what's in the middle. Besides that, it's desert and nothing.
What about the top?
Yeah, there's cities up there at the top. Darwin.
Now Darwin was actually he studied evolution.
Yeah,
that's not a city, Moonglade. Moonglade,
that's what you think, man.
I thought you were from Australia. Well, this cannoning isn't going to happen because he went pool first.
Yeah.
But this is exactly what you said. This is a great opening on this map because if he's trying to do something crazy, greedy, or risky.
Exactly. And because of this very fact, too, ByuL is taking that 15 pool and he's going to go for that 16 hatchery and, keep things on the level, not too greedy, not too risky. Yeah. But he is taking the gold base.
Yeah, and you know what?
But it is with the 15 pool, so
yeah, I don't think he can cannon that, really.
He could try.
Would be too expensive.
But he's already put down his Nexus. And the fact that ByuL has seen this with his Overlord knows that no cannoning will occur.
Yeah.
Because once the Nexus is down, there's just not enough minerals to invest into cannons.
Yeah. And now this probe that was out here, he's just going to come in and scout, see what's going on. Sees no gas. Going to know that speed is a long ways away.
It's going to be a purely standard 3-base Zerg opening without gas.
So, have you ever been to Ayers Rock?
No. No way, I don't want to do
What about Darwin?
Nope. I've only been pretty much along the East Coast and to
What about the West Coast?
No, that's
where Perth is, right?
Yeah, it's Perth. Perth and not much else, really. I mean, there's stuff all along the coast, but
So I just, I'm really curious about this geography because this game is going to take a bit to pick up. Is there's no sort of highway that connects the east and the west, right? There's like a train line or something, right? So there's got to be some way to connect them together.
I'm sure you can drive across, and I'm sure there's probably a train, but I honestly don't know. I've never really looked it up or been interested. Like, I know
You just don't care about birth, right? That's what this is about.
Yeah, that's what it's about, man.
Hey, I didn't say that, guys. I didn't say that. I mean, I'd love to visit it. It's actually meant to be a beautiful city. Like,
oh, that's something Australians say, by the way. Things are meant to be a certain way.
well,
they are.
I've heard that legitly. Like, people have been and told me it's a beautiful city, and I'm like, all right, I believe you.
No, I just mean like in the in English, in American English, we don't really say things are meant to be something. Like we would say like, oh, I've heard that it's pretty, but you said it's meant to be, as if it was like a divine right or something.
I don't know for sure if it is or not. You know?
Since it was formed, it was meant to be.
It was meant to be. They say it is, but I have not seen it myself. So
Okay.
I cannot be guaranteeing this.
I'm sad in myself. I have not been to Australia yet. I
You
have
should
not had
definitely come
Yeah,
to
me
Australia.
too.
You know,
Let's all take a trip
Is
together.
it possible to
Let's
take
go.
a boat to Australia?
I'm sure.
I'm sure you could. I'm sure there's some way to catch a boat to Australia.
Okay.
But you'd probably be better off flying.
Yeah, let's just fly. Actually,
It's probably actually cheaper to fly.
Are we doing this now? Like, are we making a plan to go to
Yeah,
Australia?
you guys can stay at my house.
Yeah.
We'll have a great time in Brisbane.
have a lamb party.
Yeah, nah, internet in Australia is kind of sucky.
Oh, okay.
Nah, it's actually pretty alright for my place, but nah, you'd want to do other stuff. You want to check out the beaches. You want to see the wildlife.
Nah, I just want to play StarCraft.
No, let's go play some 3v3s.
All right, we can do threes.
Let's
and
go to Australia to play 3v3s.
Bring your
together.
laptop, and we'll set it up in my room, and we'll do some threes, and we'll have a great time.
This Overlord is gonna die.
Then we'll have
It's
a
a sad.
barbecue.
It's a sad reality
It's
that
a-
Overlord's gonna die. But you know, it's just a fact of life.
It's a fact. It's gonna happen, and he saw nothing.
You know what? Yeah, he's actually going into oracles here. He saw the Stargate, but he doesn't know if it's Phoenixes or Oracle.
Yeah, he didn't see what was building, what was warping in.
But he
So,
does make spores here. He's gonna be okay.
Yeah, it's a very safe bet that it will be an Oracle trying to do damage to, especially the Skull base.
I think he's gonna go into a
Okay.
fast gold of his own with this Oracle to defend,
It's actually a very, very, very possible thing.
and then a Void Ray to follow up. Yep, there's the Void Ray.
Called it.
I like this
There's the
build.
probe.
He's even gonna like maybe clean up this wall. Well, he's gonna use the mothership, I guess, to clean up that zoning. But he showed his hand already, and that's why a bunch of these things are already headed in this direction. And he doesn't have speed yet. He doesn't have a large link count, so he's not gonna be able to cancel the base. His Oracle, on the other hand,
Well, he's got some Zerglings. He's got 8 Zerglings right now, so he's gonna do a bit of scouting. 9 Zerglings.
And now puts down a Roach Warren and the Hydrolist, and I think it's going to go aggressive here at third base.
oh for
once
sure.
he powers up here.
Definitely a good idea. I don't think he's actually seen. He hasn't seen the third
Oh,
base
you're
yet.
right.
So,
Yeah, he
like,
hasn't seen it.
This might be a critical misstep. Looks like he's gonna scout it
Well,
now.
he saw the probe going over there, or
Yeah.
at least he had that on his vision, so he
And-
should reasonably assume.
He scouts it, so you might want to at least try and cancel it, or maybe no. He seems to be just running home. I mean, that Oracle will completely shut down any kind of zone.
They don't have speed yet either, so the Oracle could kill every single one of them, basically.
Yeah, and the
It had
Oracle's
enough
actually
energy.
kind of like zooming around, might try and find them.
Well, just a bit of a misstep to not kill those there. 10 Hydras on the way.
Yeah, looks like we might be seeing a bit of a Hydra timing. Knowing that it's only a Stargate tech and he's investing in the third base, he won't have any sort of Colossus anytime soon. So this is a really good idea. It is a little bit tricky to try and siege these Rams. I mean, like 2 force fields and then pretty much safe for quite a while.
Yeah, and you'll be off creep with a bunch of your units.
But
That's a scary place to be
You
in.
kind of split up the push and like attack the third, then attack the natural, and kind of make the Protoss invest all his defensive resources, his force fields, and his photon overcharges, and then kind of move up slowly. And this
Well, that Sentry might not be long for this
Sentry
world.
could play.
Oh! Look at that.
Yeah.
Nice couple force fields, a ton of energy on that
Takes
guy.
a lot of skill to drop those two.
Well,
That
Gateway is
Sentry
not
like,
canceled.
those force fields were sick. I just got a new coffee, guys.
just so lucky.
The coffee delivery girl just came and gave Wolf some coffee.
So he turns it around for now, applying some pressure, but then moving back. We'll have to wait and see what he goes on from here. Still making more Hydras and going straight into Tier 3, so it looks like it's going to be kind of like a Roach, Hydra, Viper kind of push.
Yeah, taking the fourth base as well. Now here comes the Void Rays with that Mothership Core there. Could throw down a Time Warp if necessary, maybe to snipe a Queen.
Or to
With
help
the Hydras
escape.
over here.
Oop.
Hydras are too much. He's got way too many Hydras.
Do you think he has? Do you think this is like a mistake to make this many Hydras? He's kind of got to do something soon before the Colossus Cow gets out here. And do you think with the Vipers he'll be okay?
I think he's purely basing this off Vipers. So he's going straight hard Hydra into Viper with some Roaches to obviously buffer, and it'll work. It'll be a good timing. I mean, like it really depends if Protoss can scout this, and he has just scouted this with, I believe, an illusion.
Yeah. Hallucination coming in there.
Well, I think he's got to think to himself, like, before even seeing that, like, okay, that's a ton of Hydras. He must be going for some Vipers. But it's not like he can... I mean, he's trying it right now to get the Temple Archive, but it's not really going to be very easy to get those High Templar and then to get the feedbacks he needs with such a small Colossus count because he doesn't have that zoning just yet that he needs. And range isn't even done yet. Of course, it should be done by the time the Hydras move over here, but this is a scary moment right now. If he holds here, though, he's in a great spot. If he can feedback those Vipers with the Colossi, he's just basically facing a pure Hydra army.
Yeah,
and,
well, I think he's actually going to have enough time to get up at least a couple of High Templar to kind of zone out the Vipers, possibly feedback them before anything can happen. But he can't really, he can't go too far with these Hydras. I mean, that army will completely annihilate the Hydras without losing anything.
He goes Blink here, too. And I think this is like, in my opinion, and I don't want to ask you on this move, the Blink here is just kind of like, once I crush this army, I want to Blink to chase it, because he's going to start realizing pretty quick that he can't fight this forever.
It's a very, it's great utility having Blink, either to escape to blink in on kill some Vipers, or to, pretty much anything. It's just going to be a great thing to have. Great thing you want to have by the mid to late game.
Useful skill to have.
Very useful skill to have.
Well, I think that was once said by a famous player called Moonblade or something. I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't know. Definitely not a retired player who's angry all the time.
Well,
here we go. Guardian Shield goes up.
Yeah, Guardian Shield. A couple force fields, but he is going to be forced to back off. Doesn't want to attack into that.
No, these hallucinations are will completely mess up any kind of abduct attempts. Leaving those Vipers.
Would like some more. And now there's a pylon down here. ByuL's trying to put up a 5th base, but with this pylon not being killed, it could be pretty hard to get it up.
He's not going to get it.
Yeah, he's going to just focus down that hatchery.
At least he saves the drone, so he can just remake that.
And he still wants to kind of fight this army, but, you know, this army's actually getting way too big.
Yeah, this is what I was saying earlier. Like, I really feel like this style is so timing oriented. You can kind of hit before there's enough Colossi or before the High Templar out maybe, but if you can't, you then have this terrible army. I mean, he's gonna have some remax potential, right, with the bank he has, but it's not a massive bank. And oh god, that time warp was so close to being.
He's going right into Broodlords, and this could be a really great switch if he can just stay alive long enough for this to actually come into play. It's going to be entirely up to the Protoss to
identify it first of all.
Yeah, if he identifies it and then just attacks, because he knows that the Zerg is invested in this inferior army. And we do see some static defense going up for ByuL.
Yeah, he's getting a bunch of those spike crawlers out here, but look at this. This is the push right now. He's going to go for it. A Colossus is pulled, and he does get it, but now ByuL having to retreat right now. The blink forward, like we were talking about.
He's chasing it. And now he's got to break through these spines before the Broodlords already. A few more Corruptors are on the way here. And I think he's starting to realize, you know, what's going on, and he's going to go for this counterattack and heavily commit. And I think that ByuL is in some serious trouble here because he doesn't have enough support, enough sustain for these Broodlords to keep them alive against this many Blink Stalkers. And I think that he's a dead man.
They're morphing only now, and they take a long time to morph. And with the Blink Stalkers right now going right onto those Hydras, Storm's going down as well. Oh man,
these storms, when you're storming 4 Hydras, you know you probably won the game.
Oh god, so many Zealots coming in there at the gold base as well.
Yeah, even at, like, if the Broodlords come out and wipe this army out, which they probably won't, like, the infrastructure's been destroyed, the economy's been annihilated. There's nothing really left for the Zerg to come back, even with Broodlords. I mean, it's just simply too late. Everything was too late. He missed his timing with the Vipers, and there was just nothing really solid as a backup plan.
No, yeah, I really don't. I don't personally favor this style very much. It seemed like a good idea for the map and the positions where we were in, but it just ends up being a big problem when your entire army is composition is countered and you're trying to make something work. You know, you're like, okay, maybe then I can get Broodlords out, but It's all about scouting. The Pro player identifies your weakness and counters you. He got the scout on the hive timing, so exactly goes up against. He also checked with his Void Rays even earlier than that, saying like, oh, you were just making pure Hydra. It's never, in almost any case, unless you're making like pure Marines or pure Void Rays, a good idea to make one type of any unit.
Absolutely. Yeah. And now he's got a bunch of these Broodlords out, which can definitely siege at the gold, but he lost his own gold. I mean, he did, you know, kind of survive here, but he lost the natural. Well, I guess he didn't lose the natural, but he lost the macro hatch, and now he's going to start poking here. But we got Voiders coming out as well. That's definitely going to be the answer to these guys.
To be fair, right now, like, ByuL's army could defeat this army right here.
Yeah,
I'm actually, like, if he decides to attack right now, like,
you know what?
He's got a good
position. He's got a good position with these Broodlords too, and
this is the fight that Hurricane has to take if he wants to win.
It's tough for Hurricane to actually get the right angle on those broods, though, because of these holes in the ground.
Yeah, I mean, he has to be. Both players have to be so careful with positioning right now. They have to. You can't overextend with these Broodlords and get blinked on. He does have a blinding cloud, which will help a great deal. Pulls the Colossus in.
Yeah, that's huge, actually. All right, here we go. Here's the blink he's looking for.
But where's the blinding cloud? He doesn't have enough mana anymore, I think. Or he does, actually.
Okay, he does. He needs it. He needs it so sorely right now.
He needs a perfect.
And don't forget these Void Rays. I feel the Void Rays could be better micro here. Maybe try to separate them from the army a little bit, try to come from a different side. He has those.
They could be up to the right of those Broodlords and come in. But here's
right,
the
here
blink.
We go. Great storms. There's a blinding cloud, though. He needs to move those Stalkers forward. They're just dancing around doing nothing, and this could be the fight that ByuL really needs here. Another storm goes down. Can he break through? Roach is coming on the other side. The Queens and the Hydra's taking out the Void Ray. This is a really close fight right now, and I think the Zerg might actually just have enough with those 2-3 Broodlords at the back.
He's going to do it. Not enough Void Rays in this composition now, and this fourth base is defeated. Gold base not mining anymore.
Zealot harassment, meanwhile, will hit the third base, the third base that's left over there for ByuL. But I don't think it's going to be a game changer with Spine Crawlers over ready to defend, and
honestly, right
that's
now,
crazy.
Right now, I don't think he should be pushing it too much. I think he could really deal with this nexus of the gold and maybe move home. Make his death ball a little bit bigger. Maybe get an extra Vipers, a couple more.
Yeah, because if he gets stormed once or twice, he'll always try and tag up here. It could be a problem. But he doesn't really have any Templar.
Yeah, I mean, he could still definitely take out like.
This is what you were talking about. I mean, Stalker's blinking forward, getting a couple of these Broodlords, but still, I mean, it just looks like it's too much here.
Too much, no storms anymore. Could do some cute micro the Warp Prism, I guess. Well, Hurricane again. Now he's 0-2 against Zerg.
Hurricane just didn't have the right tech to kind of transition into like a hard counter for the Broodlords.
Yeah,
like no Tempest.
That was the problem. He never had the answer to the Broodlords.
He could have been making the answer as he was pushing because he was in such a commanding lead with the army. But he chose to kind of just go all in, try and just end it straight up. He did so much economic damage, but you know there was no answer at home for the Broodlords.
Yep. And now Hurricane is going to go down here. He finally types the GG.
GG.
ByuL's face, man.
What a crushing loss. And ByuL can't believe that he just won that game. Like
he was on death's row right there.
Yeah.
He was about to be killed. Yeah, the Protoss army was in his base.
He got out of jail. Broodlords busted him out and he just ran for it, man.
Yeah. That was a sick comeback there. Nicely done. And ByuL just like has his goofy, cheeky smile here, like, well.
Like, can't believe I won that, guys. And they're like, yep.
He's like the power of Protoss. He's like, I guess I'm fine, Kappa. We're going back to the Broodlord era. Breakers.